This video is sponsored by sportscases.com. Check out our latest custom designs. Use promo code JVille at checkout for 10% off your order. Link in description.
What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports picks video, college basketball edition, March Madness edition. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm recording this March the 20th at night, right before all the action is about to kick off tomorrow. The March Madness tournament begins. Technically, we've already had a couple round one games, but really the madness starts tomorrow. The real round one starts tomorrow. It's going to be jam-packed with action the next several days, so enjoy it. This is what we've been waiting for. So you guys know I had to come on and give out some picks here and go from there. So we have had an unbelievable college basketball season. Pretty much the whole way through has been absolutely amazing. I'm going to update our overall college basketball records here in the next couple days. But we are going to finish the season the same way we started the season, and that is on fire. So I'm going to give out a couple quick picks here. Keep this video short and sweet. It's almost midnight here where I'm at. So I'm going to get some sleep and get ready for the day tomorrow. But I'm going to have a bunch of, I'm only going to give out one parlay and one straight bet right here, right now. Like always, I'm going to have a bunch of picks over on my Patreon page, which I'll talk to you guys about at the end of the video if you're interested in more than just my free plays. But I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it and give out some picks here. So it's going to be all college basketball. And these are two of the bets I'm going to be putting in myself. So starting with the parlay, we have a 4-team moneyline parlay that's going to pay just over even money. First, we have Florida State. They are playing Vermont. It is 2 p.m. Eastern time, start time. They're playing this game in Connecticut. They're playing against Vermont. Vermont is a very, very solid team. But Florida State is just at another level. They played in the toughest conference in college basketball, the ACC, going up against the likes of Duke and North Carolina and Virginia. This Vermont team, like I said, is very, very good, but I think Florida State's just on another level. I think they might be able to keep it close for a half, but Florida State, a very, very deep team. They're going to stay fresh all game long and all tournament long as they can last. But I love them here to get the W here. They're favored by 9. They should definitely win the game. Next, we have Kansas. This is a much lower spread. It's only 6.5. So this is an interesting one because Kansas at the start of the season, many projected as the best team in all of basketball. And that's saying a lot when you have teams like Kentucky and Duke and North Carolina that's always stacked. And Kansas usually is always stacked as well. But this year in particular, you know, all those other teams had all these top players, but Kansas was still projected as the best team. And unfortunately for them, they lost their top 2 players, one at the pretty much the start of the season and the other kind of midway through the season. But this team just finds a way to win. They have one of the best coaches in all of college basketball, so I am banking on their experience and their coaching to pull them through this one. Northeastern is a team I played on a lot this year. They have won me a ton of bets, so I know this Northeastern team very, very well. They are actually really, really good, and they could upset Kansas here, but I don't think it's going to happen. Like I said, Kansas has been here, done that, even though they have a lot of fresh faces on this team, and they're missing their 2 of their best players to start the season. This team is still no joke. This team can still make a run, and I definitely think they can get through the first round here and come through over Northeastern. Next, we have Michigan. They are playing at night against Montana. Montana, the best team in the Big Sky by far. Northern Colorado kind of gave them a run for their money. They finished with similar records, but Montana is definitely the best team, the most talented team in the Big Sky. But they're not going to be able to compete with Michigan. Michigan's defense will suffocate them. Probably will be a lower scoring game, but they will not be able to stop Michigan. Michigan coming off a tough loss in the Big Ten championship against Michigan State, so they should be a little bit pissed off. And I think they take it out on Montana here. Michigan favored by 15, easy money line there. And last but not least, we have Purdue, another night game. They're playing Old Dominion. Old Dominion, they have a great record, but this team plays a lot of close games. They're a very good defensive team, but they're going to need to score some points here to keep up with Purdue, and I just don't think they have the weapons to do it. I think it's a mismatch here. Because they play such good defense, they might be able to keep this a low-scoring game and kind of keep it somewhat close, but I don't think Purdue will be in any danger of losing this game. Purdue favored by 13. Should be another easy money line. So this 4-team moneyline parlay pays, like I said, a little bit more than even money, plus 105 for me. Obviously, it depends on where you place your bets. But this is one of the parlays I'm going to be throwing in myself. I'm going to be doing a couple others, throwing in some NBA, throwing in some hockey. We've had a lot of success recently doing some cross-sport parlays, but this is a college basketball only parlay that I really like. For round 1, for day 1, I'll have another one for day 2. But yeah, so that's one. And then the straight bet I'm going to be going with, there's probably actually 5 straight bets that I'm going to be going with. A couple of them I like better than this one, but I'm going to be giving those out over on Patreon. But this is one I still really like. It's a low spread. Nevada minus 2.5 against Florida. These are two really good teams. Nevada, early in the year, projected to be one of the best teams in the country, but they have some losses. I mean, it's no matter what conference you play in, no matter how good you are, you're going to have some lapses. It's just very tough to bring your A game every single day. I mean, this team almost won 30 games. I think they get their 30th win here. They have a loss against New Mexico, who's not very good. They have a loss against 2 losses against, for some reason, San Diego State just gave them some trouble. So they have 2 losses to San Diego State and then 1 loss to Utah State. That was on the road. Utah State, very good team, made the tournament. They won the conference tournament, which got them in. But Nevada, this team is just too stacked to lose in the first round. Florida is a great team. SEC, decent record. They have a lot of great wins. Let's take a look at some of Florida's wins. Early in the year, they got whooped by Florida State. They got beat by Oklahoma. They got beat by Michigan State. So the tournament teams that they've played, they've lost to. Tennessee, they lost. Mississippi State, they lost. All the tournament teams they have lost. Mississippi they did beat. Kentucky, Auburn, Tennessee, all losses. They did get a nice win over LSU late in the year. That was a tough spot for LSU. I actually had Florida as one of the picks I gave out. It was just a much better spot for Florida in that one, even though they were on the road. And then actually LSU came back and revenged that loss, and they lost to Kentucky. So most of the good teams that they played, they lost. And I think this will be no different here in Nevada. They're going to have to step up their game because they played in a weak conference. The Mountain West is not very good this year. San Diego State was down. New Mexico was down. Utah State was up. But that was really it. So Nevada's going to have to up their game to compete with these teams that have played a much tougher schedule. But I think they're up for the challenge. Especially losing in the conference tournament. So this is another team that should be coming into this tournament highly motivated, highly talented, and just ready to go. Like I said, it's a very good Florida team. Definitely Florida can win this game, but I'm banking on Nevada and the experience that they had in last year's tournament, making a nice run. I think Nevada can get the job done here. So that's going to be one of the straight bets I'm going to be putting in myself. Nevada minus 2.5. So hopefully we go 2-0 with these bets. We get the parlay, we get the straight bet. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be giving out a bunch more over on my Patreon page. So if you're interested in more than just my free plays that I give out here on the channel, I should have updated the our free play record, but we are almost at 70% with our college basketball free plays. So we have absolutely killed it with our free plays. So hopefully these picks will be no different. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, I'm making this video short and sweet as it's pretty much midnight here. So get ready for tomorrow. So good luck. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'll post up my Patreon page right here. This is what it looks like. This is how to get there. Patreon.com/JVille Sports. All my social media contact information is below in the description of this video. So if you have any questions, post a comment or just shoot me over an email, or check out my Patreon page. You can look at my previous picks. They all stay up on there. One of the reasons why I really like the page, because it shows you my history. We've been hot recently. Another winning month is soon to be in the books. We have baseball coming up soon, and yeah, so things are just rolling right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Enjoy March Madness Day 1, and I will see you guys for Day 2. Good luck.